Yeah, all set. Let me start session. So today I'll be going to cover up Azure Development demo. So what I have a agenda prepared for this session. Okay, majority of the part which I'll be going to cover basics of the Azure and how it will be used. And what are the different services which are part of the Azure, and at the same time how we need to use real-time environment, how it looks like. Okay, those are the things which I am going to cover up today's session. So hope most of the people are from the .NET background, I guess. If not, also not a problem.
Actually, I'm from testing background.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I am from operation background.
Yeah, no problem. No issues. Let's start with the introduction and basics thing. Okay. Later part, if you have any queries related to the things, right, you can raise your queries. Based on that, we can just patch those gaps between this Azure and whatever the technical skills you guys have. Okay, don't worry about the some people will think like I don't have a background of Microsoft or .NET or some other Microsoft related technologies. Maybe I am not capable of absorbing the Azure technology. Be confident. Okay, definitely you will learn into Azure development, which is not a rocket science. Okay, anyone can learn, but the thing is wherever the gaps which are there, those things needs to be filled from our end. That's the thing that needs to be taken care from individuals. Okay, somehow I am unable to open my PPT. Let me. You are able to see my screen, PPT.
No. No.
And Sandeep, is this course support to complete Azure 204 certification?
Not specially. This will give an overview. Okay, specific to that 204 certification, we need to go deep dive. Then only you will get through those certificates. Okay.
Okay.
So you are unable to see my screen still.
No, it is showing us WebEx only.
Okay. Now,
Yes,
so PPT which I opened, that you are able to see, right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the confirmation. So I just came up with a high level basic agenda for this demo. Okay. So later part, what I will do, I will bring up with a presentation with a detailed description. Okay, which will give an overview and more details on the Azure side. Okay. So today we'll be going to cover up on Azure development. Okay. So basically Azure is nothing but basically it's a cloud platform. Okay, which will give a virtualization of Azure services, or uh, it's like a storage and analytics and development, those kind of the things which are covered in the Azure. So mostly Azure is cloud, which is like similarly how the AWS and Google Cloud is there, right? Similar way, Azure is a Microsoft build platform for the computed services. So as part of the today's agenda, we will be covering a basic introduction to Azure Cloud, types of services in Azure, and Azure Management Portal, where we are going to deal with all the Azure services and an understanding of various components in Azure. Okay. And corresponding reference links, which will be used for your individual self-learning. Okay. And what I would like to give you, right? Don't think about your background and all those things. You just concentrate on what we are trying to provide you during these training. So, okay. On top of these trainings, wherever the gaps which are there, those things we need to concentrate later part. Okay. Yeah. Let me go to Azure introduction. Yeah. So Azure is a cloud platform which is provided by the Microsoft, okay, which will be used for the cloud computing services like storage and services and analytics. And there are few internet related things like Internet of Things. Those things will be provided by the Microsoft Azure cloud, and majority of the applications which are the pay as you go pricing model, like whenever there is a service is provision in the Azure, so for that service, once it is provision from there, it will be cost will be calculated. As soon as the usage of that service is done, then we can kill that service, or maybe we can delete that service. So till that deleting that service, whatever the price which you used, that will be paid to the Microsoft as a pay as you go. That's how it will be used Azure cloud services. Okay. There are multiple things which are there, multiple advantages which are in the Azure cloud compared to other services. And when you compare with the AWS other things, each cloud platform will have their own benefits. When it comes to Azure, we have like a lower cost and data storage in simple manner, and time to market, increased scalability, reliability, and security is provided by Microsoft Azure. Okay. And this Microsoft Azure is full-fledged integration with the different types of tools like Atlassian or a different kind of the this Azure DevOps also. There is one Microsoft related thing where we can integrate this Azure at the time of our deploy areas. We can use this Azure, and this is these are the main advantages of the Azure. If you guys have any queries, just stop me so that I will provide more details. Else, we'll have a 5 to 10 minutes question and answer session at the end of the session.
So what is computing services?
Okay. Computing services is like, for example, in a legacy system, how we use it to, like we use it to create a virtual machine, okay, where it has all the like a platform kind of a storage and operating system, and the system operating system, and there is some storage space has to be allocated in the some data center. So those entire thing will be in the Azure cloud. In the we are maintaining in the Azure cloud. That's how the combination of all these things will call it as a computing services. Okay. So now, did I answer your question?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So next, I'm going with the Azure services. There are a lot of Azure services which are provided in the Microsoft. Okay. I'm just taking high level majority of the services which are using in current uh, uh, a day-to-day life. These are the, like if you see it, IaaS and PaaS, PaaS and SaaS. These are the majority of services which are using in Azure. Okay, this let me go with one by one. So when it comes to infrastructure as a service, which is nothing but a complete infrastructure will be provided by the Azure, like a virtual machine, data center, and virtual networks. These are part of the infrastructure as a service. Okay, and which will be provided with complete infrastructure data centers in Microsoft hosted locations. Okay. And when it comes to platform as a service is nothing but it will give just a platform, and we need to host our source code, and as well as we need to maintain the configurations, and we need to structureize the pricing types and how the configuration has to be there for the services. For example, if you take if we have any .NET web application or any other application like PHP application, so in that case, what we will do, we will provision the one app service in Azure. Okay. Once we provision the app service, so for that app service, we need to deploy the executable code. So in that case, for the tab service, we will go to the tab service and access the kudos. From there, we will deploy our own code. And once we deploy our code, our application will be ready to use for the end user. So that's how the platform as a service provided by Azure. Okay. And if you are from the coding background, what I suggest is this platform as a service is the best suitable. Okay. And majority of the things we deal is scripting part for the platform as a service to provision the services. Okay. Services is nothing but the kind of a application, web app, kind of a SQL server, kind of a storage. So these are the part of the Okay, and I hope till platform as a service you heard from my end, right? Let me start with the SaaS.
Okay.
Yeah, the SaaS is nothing but it's a complete product provided by the Microsoft. Like O365 is the one example for SaaS product. It is just a kind of a software product which will be developed and provided by the Microsoft. The end user simply they will consume that service. That's it, nothing else. So if you see in this all three services, majority of the services will be used in real time is a platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. These are the two major things which are current ongoing in the market. And SaaS is compared to other two services, SaaS is very less. Okay, that's the thing. And yeah, let me go to next. Yeah. So whatever till now we discussed, right, all those services and resources so that will be created in one of the Azure management portal, where complete setup things will be organized and managed in the Azure portal. So each and individual will have like a free trial Azure portal access. Okay. Let me try to access mine. This is a Microsoft. We just need to access with the portal.azure.com with your personal email ID, because Microsoft will give a free trial for 30 days. Okay. This is a home screen of Azure Portal. Here is the things like what are the different services which are there. I am just going with all services. I'll just show you what are the services provided by the Azure. See here, different categories are there: general, compute, networking, storage, web, mobile, containers, database, analytics. These are different categories of services provided by the Microsoft. Okay, let's go with the general. It's by default it's open general. Let me go to compute. See, these are the virtual machines, app services, the batch accounts, cloud services, Kubernetes, and function apps. Function apps, serverless app services. So here is the apps. I'm just opening app service. So this is where we generally see here. It is asking start with an Azure free trial, manage Active Directory. This let me go with the start free trial. So here is the like day to day we will play with the Azure Portal where we have all the resources and all those things. Okay. Let me go with the next to my slide. Okay. I'll just come back to that portal once again. Okay. So these are the various components which are part of the Azure. Okay. Whenever you log into the Azure portal, first will be the directory, then subscription, and then resource groups and resources. This is how the structure will be there. Top level, it's a directory level and subscription level, resource group and resources. So directory is nothing but Microsoft side. It will create one Microsoft related directory. So under this directory, there are several subscriptions are there. These subscriptions are nothing but it is directly related with the cost. Whenever you create a provision services, so that will be part of the subscription. So based on the subscription only, the cost will be calculated and paid to the Microsoft. That's how the subscription will work. Under one directory, there might be a several subscriptions. Like one is a development subscription, one is a production subscription. Like those subscription will be there. Under each subscription, again the resource groups will be there. Resource groups is nothing but it's a logical arrangement of the resources. It's a kind of a container which has all the multiple types of resources. I'll show you that one as well. It is asking me to sign up. Okay. 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 You guys also try from your end. Okay. I need to do few other things. I mean, in terms of mobile and all those things. So for now, what I will do, I'll just ignore this part and I'll show you the actual where the services will be there. I'm not going with any free trial or any kind of thing. You guys just try it and let me know if you guys have any issues. Here is the directory. See, default directory. Whenever we go with our personal email ID, it will show you default directory. Okay. So there are default directory. Under this, there will be subscriptions. I'll show you. Let me search. One good thing is in Azure is everything is like detailedly explained inside this Azure portal. See here, view list of subscriptions which have role-based access and permissions. Right now, we don't have any kind of paid subscription. If you have, it will be listed over here. These are the different options which are available in the subscriptions. Let me go with creating a one resource group, whether it will allow or not. We'll see. Again, it is asking. Mm, Let me try this sign up as well. Let's see. So this is how it will ask for credit card details. Right now, I'm not providing. Okay. I think, what I will do, let me come back to these things. Okay. If you guys have any like dummy or any valid credit card, just try to give it. But uh, until unless you are not sure, don't go with this one because sometimes it may charge uh, without noticing. Here is the resource groups. Under this resource group, again, we can create resources like database, app services, and all those things. Okay. Until unless, let me share these details in later part because right now I do not have any card details to sign up. Okay. Let me go back to my presentation. So this is how it looks like. So one advantage of Microsoft related the cloud or whatever it may be is it's directly available in a Microsoft portal where you can directly access the links, and there are several videos which are given by the Microsoft experts that also we can refer. Only the thing is here how what we are trying to give is here uh, how the real time the Azure cloud is used. Those are the areas which I will be going to cover apart from this agenda. So that will be useful for your I mean ongoing project maybe when you try for a new job or any kind of a thing. Okay, so that is the thing. That's part of agenda. Can you guys raise your queries? Let me cover up few more things based on your queries so that it will cover up. It will also useful for others as well.
Hi,
Or you can
Satish.
drop. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Satish.
Yeah, Sandeep, I had a question. Actually, I'm confusing about which one I have to learn, Azure DevOps or Azure Development. Currently, I'm a .NET developer. So, which one will be
Mhm.
useful actually?
Okay, good question. I forgot your name. Satish, is it?
Yes, Satish.
Yeah, Satish. So good question. So don't confuse with Azure and Azure DevOps. Okay, both are part of Microsoft. When it comes to Azure, it's a cloud-based platform. When it comes to Azure DevOps, it's a completely development and operation.
Okay.
So whatever we do in development thing, earlier we'll be having Bitbucket and TFS is a source control, right? Now we have complete set of things part of the Azure DevOps tool. Earlier it is a VSTS. Okay. Inside
Yes.
Azure DevOps, we'll be having the repositories, dashboards, okay, and pipelines, build and release pipelines and artifacts. These are the different options which are part of the Azure DevOps. Okay. As you
Okay.
because whenever you try to develop any kind of the application or web application, right, you need to have a source code that will be part of your Azure DevOps repositories. Okay. As soon as your code is ready with the different types of branches, right, then you
Yes.
have to host somewhere, right? Some
Hmm.
platform you need. That is where the cloud Azure will come into picture.
Okay.
So as I said, PaaS service, right? Once you are ready with your code and you are ready with your build solution, right? You need to deploy it to somewhere in the platform, Azure cloud platform. So where the Azure will coming into picture. Once you deploy those executable files into app service, that will be ready to use for end user. That will be web application, for example, any kind of bank application that will be used by the end user. And after that, once you're deployed, rest of the things will be part of the Azure. Like if something goes wrong, there will be some analytics will be there in Azure. Okay. If some exceptions are logged or some application is down, those things will be operated in Azure, where I have shown the resource group and resources, right? There we can monitor all rest of the things. Okay. Here, if you learn both things, right? Both things are interlinked. If you learn both things, you'll be like a hot in the market. That is what I can suggest.
Okay. Yeah, basically currently what they're asking is the CI/CD pipeline will be there, right? Everyone asking
Yeah,
about
correct.
so that will
Yeah,
be come
exactly.
on Azure or Azure DevOps.
Azure DevOps.
Okay.
CI/CD is part of Azure DevOps. It's
Okay.
nothing but a continuous integration and continuous deployment.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes what happens, right, in Azure DevOps itself, we need to run a few services provisioning. Like in Azure, everything is a template based. Okay. For that template, we need to write a script in terms of a JSON files, right? So those things we can call from the Azure DevOps, and we can execute the pipeline. Then we can provision the services in Azure.
Okay.
That's how it works. If there are multiple services, in that case, we definitely have to go with the automated way. So we need to write a script. That script has to be run through pipeline, and it will be provisioned. If it is a one-time activity or one service, in that case, we go with manual.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So which one you want to prefer? Means for first, which one we have to learn, Azure or Azure DevOps?
As you said, you are from the .NET background, right?
Yes.
Better first you learn Azure and then you start with Azure DevOps.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. If anyone have a few more queries, you can just type over a chat as well. So hope if no one is having any more questions, whatever which I provided today's as part of today's session, right? If you guys understood completely, well and good. If not, please drop a text me if anything that needs to be covered up, so that I'll cover. Okay. First thing is, I will suggest you guys should not be like lag in terms of what I have back. I do not have any Microsoft technology background, so you should not be like that. You should be more confident and optimistic when it comes to this Azure. Okay, because Microsoft is a full-fledged. It is a platform which is provided. We just need to plug and play. That's it. So that's it. I'm done from for today's session. Okay. Let me come up with further things going forward. Okay. I'll bring up presentation as well and real time. You guys just do a sample pre-trial one. Next session, we'll discuss if you guys are facing any kind of the issues.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.